within 12 hours, Tennessee made 2 coaching hires, both of which were Tuesday afternoon, I believe. My days are getting away from me. I think it's Tuesday. Honestly, out of nowhere. Even some of the VolQuest guys were surprised. They're like, this was out of nowhere. I mean, like, it was like, oh, hey, we got 2 coaches. One of them, which, I mean, you know what? And I mean this sincerely. Kudos to Heupel and the coaching staff and the athletic department for conducting a search, finding people, and no one knew anything. Like, what is that about? Don't they know this is Tennessee? Like, we track planes here. Kudos to Josh Heupel and the athletic department for making this happen. And it sounds like they got the guys they wanted, which is another good thing. For the running backs coach, Derell Sims, coming from Cincinnati. Austin Price was talking about he is a high energy guy that, the players will love. And then coming from the University of Washington, we have William Inge, William Inge, who is the new linebackers coach, veteran coach. DeBoer actually wanted to bring him with him to Alabama, and apparently Tennessee made him an offer that he couldn't turn down. And so from Washington to Alabama to Tennessee, we have our new linebackers coach. And my goodness, I think you have to be excited about that as well, with that pedigree and success behind him. So what's your take on the 2 new football coaches?
Well, I'll start at running backs because I think that was the one that, I mean, they were both a surprise, but I think William Inge was a surprise for a different reason. But, Derell Sims wasn't really on anybody's radar. But when you look at his coaching background, I mean, the guy has coached all over the Southeast. Like, he's got recruiting ties in Tennessee, the Carolinas, Virginia, Kentucky. I mean, he's been everywhere. He's coached under Scott Satterfield at Louisville. That's a toughness program. He coached running backs for 3 years at James Madison. That's a toughness program. He was the running backs coach at Carson Newman. That's a toughness program. He clearly is a hard-nosed grindstone guy. It fits perfectly with the running back room that he's inheriting. It's a bunch of hard-nosed butt kickers. He's going to be a really good fit with that group. I think they went out looking for somebody who had the personality of their running back room. And I think they did a really good job finding that guy. The Inge one is fascinating to me because it makes 0 sense. That guy was with DeBoer at Fresno State, then followed him to Washington, and then followed him to Alabama. But there was one major difference at Alabama. You have co-defensive coordinators at Alabama that didn't come with them from Washington. Clearly, just my opinion, but the timing of it's too weird. Clearly, they didn't see eye to eye. Like, I think he got to Alabama and was like, I don't like these dudes. I don't want to coach with them. And probably put some feelers out privately. And when Tennessee saw an opportunity to snatch up a huge veteran coach, I mean, you're talking about a guy with, people were commenting about him not being a recruiter in the Southeast. Well, he's recruited the entire Midwest, the entire West Coast. He's coached in the NFL. I mean, you've got a guy who literally, I don't know that there's a state in the Midwest or the West Coast that he hasn't recruited. So he's got insane recruiting ties in areas of the country where honestly the best linebackers come from. And he's got NFL experience. So he's got the ability to talk about that as he's recruiting. 20-plus year veteran who has been successful everywhere he's been. I think they saw an opportunity to snatch up somebody that was a home run, and they were like, we don't care if this guy fits our staff or not, we're getting him.